Welcome to Golden Flame Star. They were the icons of our youth, gifted talents, rebels, heroes, and stars who taught us how to dream. In this video, we look back at the unforgettable faces who shaped the 1950s to 1970s. Behind the stage lights and silver screen, these legends lived lives as dramatic as the films that made them famous. How many of these stars do you still remember today? Beauty queen Zsa Zsa Gabor, once Miss Hungary, was less a traditional actress than a living headline. Her glamour, accent, and fearless attitude made her a Hollywood celebrity icon, with films like Moulin Rouge keeping her tied to the screen. Fame followed her marriages and scandals as much as any role. She died at 99, leaving a legacy of bold, unforgettable showbiz mythology. Joan Leslie's sweet, luminous beauty made her a beloved girl next door of classic Hollywood. At her peak in Sergeant York and Yankee Doodle Dandy, she felt like the face of wartime-era hope. After marrying a doctor, she largely stepped away to raise her twin daughters, choosing family over fame. She died at 90, leaving timeless, gentle grace on screen. Francesca Hilton lived in the shadow of a famous name. As the daughter of Zsa Zsa Gabor and Conrad Hilton, she was known more for family drama than film stardom, though she appeared in projects like A Safe Place. Her later years were marked by financial hardship and public legal battles. She died at 67, remembered as a tragic figure of Hollywood lineage. Joey Heatherton dazzled as a 1960s variety sensation, glamorous, flirtatious, and unforgettable on stage and television. But fame faded as personal struggles and public incidents overshadowed her talent, and she stepped away from the spotlight. She later lived quietly, rarely seen at age 81. She is still remembered as a brilliant, volatile spark of a bygone era. Veronica Castro became a telenovela powerhouse, adored for star beauty and emotional intensity in hits like Los Ricos También Lloran. Fame brought constant scrutiny, but she kept her private life guarded. In recent years, she stepped back from acting, choosing calm over cameras. Now 73, she remains a lasting icon for generations of fans. Barbara Windsor's bubbly charm made her a British treasure, best known for Carry On films and TV fame on EastEnders. In later years, her story turned heartbreaking as Alzheimer's disease stole her sparkle. She died at 83, honored for the joy she brought millions and a legacy of fearless, working-class warmth. Sonia Braga brought bold sensuality and fierce intelligence to international cinema. With Dona Flor and Her Two Husbands and Kiss of the Spider-Woman, she became a symbol of Brazilian passion and power. She later chose roles carefully, avoiding Hollywood cliches. Now 75, she remains an icon whose fearless presence inspired generations. Claudine Auger's refined French beauty made her unforgettable to Bond fans. Her most iconic moment came in Thunderball, followed by elegant European roles like A Bay of Blood. Fame arrived quickly, but she avoided the usual Hollywood machine. She died at 78, remembered as one of the era's most glamorous international screen sirens. Sarah Montiel was Spain's dazzling export, sultry, musical, and impossible to ignore. Her magnetism in El Ultimo Cupel and La Violetera made her a legend across continents. Fame brought scandal and constant scrutiny, yet she stayed defiantly herself. She died at 85, leaving a legacy of fearless glamour and star power. Carmen Sevilla embodied classic Spanish charm, warm, graceful, and effortlessly luminous. She shined in films like King of Kings and La Venganza, then became a beloved television presence. In later years, her story turned quietly tragic as Alzheimer's stole her memories. She died at 92, honored as a symbol of beauty, kindness, and enduring popularity. Griffin Dunn's easy, smart charisma made him memorable in An American Werewolf in London and After Hours. Tragedy struck when his sister, Dominique Dunn, was murdered, an event that shook Hollywood and changed him forever. He later focused on producing and directing, choosing craft over constant spotlight. Now 70, he's respected for resilience and lasting influence. Billy Bob Thornton's rough-edged charm made him unforgettable in Sling Blade and Monsters Ball. After intense tabloid years and health struggles, he leaned into music and character-driven work, choosing roles more selectively than chasing constant spotlight. Now 70, he remains a respected storyteller, actor, writer, and director, defined by raw honesty and reinvention. Willem Dafoe's striking face and fearless intensity turned him into cinema's boldest shapeshifter. From Platoon to The Lighthouse, he keeps choosing risk over comfort, even when roles demand emotional extremes. Now 70, he works relentlessly, admired for discipline and curiosity, proof that longevity comes from brave choices. The next few faces might just include the one you've been waiting for. James Caan's magnetic presence defined a golden era of American cinema. Beyond his legendary roles in The Godfather and Misery, his life was marked by personal struggles that briefly dimmed his brilliance. Yet, he remained a fearless icon. Passing at 82, Caan leaves a legacy of raw intensity and unforgettable screen power. Peter Sellers was a rare comic genius. From Dr. Strangelove to the Pink Panther, his brilliance was undeniable, yet his private life was marked by emotional turmoil and serious health problems. He was repeatedly sidelined by heart troubles. He died at 54, leaving a legacy of revolutionary comedy that still shapes performers today. Robert Mitchum's cool, dangerous elegance made him a permanent film legend. With classics like Out of the Past and The Night of the Hunter, he defined an era, yet his hard-living image and legal troubles fueled controversy. Later, heavy smoking damaged his health and slowed his work. He died at 79, remembered as Noir's enduring symbol. Jack Klugman's everyman warmth made him unforgettable in 12 Angry Men and later The Odd Couple. In the late 1980s, throat cancer stole his voice, and he fought back, relearning how to speak and returning to work. He died in 2012 at 90, leaving a legacy of grit, humor, and human truth. Tony Randall's bright wit and elegant timing made him a treasured American TV star, especially in The Odd Couple. Behind the laughs, he rebuilt his life later, even becoming a father in his late 70s. He slowed down only as illness advanced. He died at 84, remembered for intelligence, warmth, and classic comedy grace. Glenn Ford was one of Hollywood's most reliable leading men, mastering the art of quiet strength. From Gilda to 3:10 to Yuma, his screen presence felt natural and deeply human. Serious heart and circulation problems forced him to stop acting in the early 1990s, followed by strokes. He died at 90, celebrated for timeless grit, warmth, and classic Hollywood dignity. Anthony Perkins carried a quiet, intelligent charisma that made his work hauntingly memorable. Though Psycho brought massive fame, typecasting became a lifelong burden, despite his range in films like Friendly Persuasion. In his final years, he faced devastating illness with grace. He died at 60, remembered as a timeless icon of psychological cinema. Ida Lupino had a sharp, haunting beauty and a fearless mind that refused to stay boxed in. Known for High Sierra and The Hard Way, she portrayed tough women with raw emotional truth. When Hollywood limited her, she pivoted behind the camera, becoming a rare female director and producer of her era. She died at 77, leaving a legacy of bold independence and trailblazing artistry. Lloyd Nolan was a tough guy with a weary smile, turning B-movie grit into real humanity. He's best remembered for A Tree Grows in Brooklyn and The House on 92nd Street, and he kept working to the end. A cigar and pipe smoker, he died of lung cancer at 83 in 1985, leaving a legacy of underplayed craft. John Cazale became a quiet legend through a handful of masterpieces, including The Godfather and Dog Day Afternoon. His gentle intensity made every scene feel real. Tragedy struck when cancer ended his career far too soon. He died at 42, yet his small filmography remains one of cinema's most perfect legacies. Elizabeth Montgomery became a beloved TV icon through Bewitched, blending beauty, humor, and quiet warmth. She later sought darker, more serious roles, proving she had real dramatic depth. Her story turned tragic when cancer was discovered too late. She died at 62, leaving a legacy of timeless charm and television magic. Barbara Stanwyck was Hollywood's sharpest kind of beauty, cool, intelligent, and impossible to intimidate. In Double Indemnity and Sorry, Wrong Number, she played women who were dangerous yet deeply human. Her life demanded grit, not fairy tales, and she worked with relentless discipline. She died at 82, leaving a fearless legacy that still defines film noir. Sal Mineo carried restless vulnerability that made him unforgettable in Rebel, Without a Cause, and Exodus. Fame arrived early, but Hollywood's limits and backlash followed him for years. His life ended in sudden violence when he was murdered outside his home. He died at 37, remembered as a brave, sensitive talent taken too soon. The next few legends will absolutely stun you with their longevity. These icons actually lived to be over 100. Born July 6, 1924, Donald Pelmier worked steadily in British television. Though not a household name, his role in the Doctor Who serial The Time Warrior 1973, gave him a lasting place in sci-fi history. He passed away on January 11, 2025, aged 100, from natural causes. Janice Page, born September 16, 1922, lit up both Broadway and Hollywood musicals. Her lively presence in Silk Stockings, 1957, showcased her charm and talent. She passed away on June 2, 2024, at age 101 from natural causes. Born April 17, 1920, Arnold Yarrow gained recognition in Britain for his recurring role on EastEnders. Also a screenwriter, he became known for his steady presence on television. He passed away December 9, 2024, at age 104. Born August 22, 1922, Micheline Pressel rose to fame in French cinema with her striking performance in Devil in the Flesh, 1947. Celebrated for her elegance and dramatic flair, she passed away on February 21, 2024, at age 101. Born October 5, 1923, Glynis Johns charmed audiences as the spirited mother in Mary Poppins, 1964. Her distinctive voice and screen presence left a lasting imprint on cinema. She passed January 4, 2024, at age 100 from natural causes. Mike Nussbaum, born December 29, 1923, built his career on Chicago stages before breaking into film. Audiences remember him as the Chief in Men in Black, 1997. He passed on December 23, 2023, from old age, just shy of his 100th birthday. Branka Veselinovic, born September 16, 1918, became one of the most respected actresses of Yugoslav drama theater. Her grace and longevity made her a cultural treasure. She passed away February 8, 2023, at the age of 104. Nikolai Lebedev, born December 15, 1921, was a Russian animator and director. Though less known in the West, his work shaped Soviet post-war animation. He passed on August 21, 2022, at 100 years old, from natural causes. Nehemiah Persoff, born August 2, 1919, appeared in more than 200 film and TV roles. Audiences admired his versatility, with memorable work in Some Like It Hot, 1959. He passed on April 5, 2022, from heart failure, at the age of 102. Born October 17, 1917, Marsha Hunt combined a long Hollywood career with passionate activism. She starred in Pride and Prejudice, 1940, and became a tireless voice for human rights. She passed September 7, 2022, at 104 from natural causes. Born October 18, 1919, Orlando Drummond was Brazil's most beloved voice actor. He brought Scooby-Doo to life for Portuguese-speaking audiences and entertained fans for decades. He passed July 27, 2021, from multiple organ failure at 101. Jeffrey Chitair, born March 23, 1921, became a recognizable figure in British film and television. Audiences remember his calm presence and distinct voice, with a standout role in Gandhi, 1982. He passed away on October 16, 2021, at the age of 100 from natural causes. Betty White, born January 17, 1922, became America's sweetheart through her razor-sharp humor and warmth. From the Golden Girls to countless TV appearances, she brought joy for decades. She passed away December 31, 2021, just weeks shy of 100 from a stroke. Born November 8, 1914, Norman Lloyd enjoyed a career that spanned nearly a century across stage, film, and television. He appeared in Alfred Hitchcock's Saboteur, 1942, and collaborated with giants like Orson Welles and Charlie Chaplin. He passed away on May 11, 2021, at the age of 106 from natural causes. Born February 17, 1921, Herbert Kofer became a beloved name in German television. Best remembered for his role in the long-running series Rentner Haben Niemals, he entertained generations with humor and warmth. He passed on July 24, 2021, at age 100, with no cause publicly disclosed. Alfie Scott, born September 15, 1919, became a familiar voice to generations. Best known for his work in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964, he gave life to beloved animated characters. He passed on July 24, 2021, at 101 from natural causes. Kirk Douglas, born December 9, 1916, became a true Hollywood titan. Best remembered for Spartacus, 1960, his intensity and charisma defined classic cinema. He passed away on February 5, 2020, at the age of 103 from natural causes. Born October 29, 1918, Diana Sarah Carey, famed as Baby Peggy, was one of silent cinema's first child superstars. Later, she reinvented herself as an author and film historian. She passed away on February 24, 2020, at 101 from a heart attack. Earl Cameron, born August 8, 1917, paved the way for black actors in British cinema. His role in Pool of London, 1951, was a milestone in film history. He passed away July 3, 2020, from natural causes at 102. Olivia de Havilland, born July 1, 1916, earned immortality as Melanie in Gone with the Wind, 1939. A two-time Oscar winner, she embodied grace and emotional depth. She passed on July 26, 2020, aged 104 from natural causes. Janrio Tedeschi, born April 20, 1920, became a well-loved Italian actor and voice performer. He lent his voice to the Italian dub of Frankenstein Jr., winning fans with his humor. He passed on July 27, 2020, aged 100, due to natural causes. Witold Sadowy, born January 7, 1920, gained recognition in Poland as both actor and journalist. He balanced a long theater career with cultural commentary, shaping public life for decades. He passed on November 15, 2020, aged 100, due to natural causes. Eva Marie Saint, born July 4, 1924, Oscar winner for On the Waterfront. Despite the frailty of advanced age, she enjoys walks, baseball, and family time. At 101, she remains graceful, embodying resilience and Hollywood's golden legacy. Dick Van Dyke, born December 13, 1925, legendary star of Mary Poppins and The Dick Van Dyke Show. After battling alcoholism and smoking, he faced titanium implant headaches, now resolved. At 99, he remains optimistic, staying active with regular exercise. William Daniels, born March 31, 1927, beloved for Boy Meets World and Saint Elsewhere, is now 98. Despite his advanced age, he remains active and positive, admired for his resilience, charm, and enduring legacy that continues to inspire generations of fans. Born May 31, 1930, Clint Eastwood directed Million Dollar Baby and starred in Gran Torino, leaving an indelible mark on film history. At 95, he faces age-related frailty and declining mobility, rarely seen in public, but his legendary presence and influence on cinema remain as powerful as ever. Robert Wagner, born February 10, 1930, is an enduring film and TV icon. Now aged 95, he's a cancer survivor and has previously overcome prostate cancer. Despite health challenges, he remains active and inspirational through fitness and resilience. William Shatner, born March 22, 1931, still shines at 94. he battles chronic tinnitus, stemming from a 60s Star Trek set accident, and is a melanoma survivor. Despite this, he continues advocating and staying active with Spirited. Sophia Loren, born September 20th, 1934, in Rome, became an international screen legend with films like Two Women and Marriage Italian Style. At 90, she has endured hip surgery after a fall, but remains a timeless symbol of resilience, beauty, and cinematic grace. Born January 28, 1936, Alan Alda charmed audiences in MASH**, and later became a passionate science communicator. Now 89, he lives with Parkinson's disease and remains vocal, using his journey to inform and inspire others. Julie Andrews, born October 1st, 1935, in Walton-on-Thames, England, rose to fame with classics like Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music. At 89, she lives with lasting vocal challenges following throat surgery, yet continues to inspire as a beloved actress, author, and voice artist, embodying grace and resilience. Jack Nicholson, born April 22nd, 1937, electrified audiences in The Shining and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now 88, he lives privately amid reports of dementia, his cinematic legacy forever secure. Ian McKellen was born May 25, 1939, beloved for The Lord of the Rings and X-Men, continues to shine at 86. Openly living with prostate cancer since 2006, he remains strong, inspiring fans worldwide through stage, film, and his enduring advocacy. F. Murray Abraham, born October 24, 1939, best known for Amadeus. He has aged gracefully, balancing stage and screen with occasional health struggles. At 85, he remains respected, admired for his commanding performances and longevity. Harrison Ford, born July 13, 1942, iconic for Star Wars and Indiana Jones, remains a legendary figure at 83. Having overcome past injuries and a shingles diagnosis in early 2025, he continues to thrive, admired for his resilience, talent, and lasting legacy. Christopher Walken, born March 31, 1943, the unforgettable star of The Deer Hunter and countless eclectic roles, is 82. Still active, he lives with resilience and grace, continuing to captivate audiences through his unique style and timeless presence. Al Pacino, born April 25, 1940, iconic for The Godfather and Scarface. Though facing age-related fatigue, he remains active in occasional projects. At 85, he endures as a powerhouse, revered for his unmatched intensity. Shirley MacLaine, born April 24, 1934, acclaimed for terms of endearment and Steel Magnolias. After enduring back pain and age-related fatigue, she maintains a lively spirit. At 91, she stays engaged, preparing a new film and memoir. Jon Voight, born December 29, 1938, acclaimed for Midnight Cowboy and Coming Home. Despite political controversies and age-related health concerns, he stays active on screen. At 86, his career endures, marking him as a lasting figure in Hollywood. Julie Newmar's statuesque elegance and sly humor made her the original Catwoman, a pop culture lightning bolt. Beyond that sleek silhouette, she proved stage power in The Merry-Go-Round and later charmed fans into Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. She gradually stepped away for a quieter life. Now 92, she's celebrated as the timeless blueprint for Catwoman. Thank you for watching. As we close this chapter, remember that Hollywood's golden age wasn't built only by the biggest legends, but also by the overlooked faces who carried countless scenes. Some lived like fairy tales, others like cautionary stories. Yet each left a trace of beauty, ambition, and human cost behind the glamour. If these stories moved you, please like, subscribe, and share so their names aren't forgotten again.